Good morning, sunshines. Having my coffee, messing around with my OBS this morning. Let's start off with some Daniel. Let me get him playing. Okay, sing, Daniel, sing. Maybe.
I didn't know about the mountain. I didn't feel it for the stone. Couldn't begin how to count them, so I just left them all alone. Didn't arrange for the rainbows breaking into sound. Didn't know that what you take home's only what you already brought along. But I know it now, from all these angles, live and loving clouds turned all inside out, every direction. We're all falling down, just like those angels. Now the water tank was still full of no breaks, falling in the sky.
It's still 9 in the morning.
I couldn't contemplate the ocean, dancing with the
This morning, Swedish.
fly too deep into devotion to even recognize the swoon. Didn't know to wear a raincoat, or if it would even keep me dry. Serenading the faithful.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? My mic is working. Good, okay. Yeah, I think it's just the volume coming in was a little bit up. Good morning, me and Taz. Great, thank you so much. Should we finish listening to the rest of his song? Okay, I'm going to put him back on so we can finish this song.
Just to keep on
This is one of his originals.
But I know it now, from all these angles, live and love and
Morning doesn't matter.
turned all inside out, down.
Uh-oh. I think I screwed it up. Did I lose you guys? I think I just lost Daniel Mustard. Good morning, doesn't matter. How are you doing today? Oh, couple hours, we all get to go to the beach with Eric. Yeah, he's buffering. I went ahead and just I closed it so when it does decide to. I don't have cable here. I live out in the middle of a cornfield in between cables. So I have Elon Musk. Good morning, cult, craft chats and catastrophe. Yeah, we're going to find a different. Hmm. You know, in I was watching Kelly last night. She was on for quite a while. We'll just put it on the picture of the Continental Liaison Office. Yeah, sometimes Starlink has the problem, but if it was Starlink, you wouldn't be hearing me. So it's got to be YouTube. I wish I had cable here. That would be awesome. But for reference, the normal satellite we get around here. Yeah, right. So we have HughesNet around here. You can get HughesNet, but it's you would never be able to stream because it's so expensive. You have to buy those stupid tokens and to get extra data, bandwidth, whatever. I don't think it's the bandwidth, I think it's the data. And so it ends up being so expensive, even more than Elon Musk. So you can do the HughesNet or there's another local one. And I think you get like at most 1 or 2 megabytes download speed. It's not very much at all. I mean, at the most 4. It's probably comparable to the old dial-up. And that's the best you can get. Even if you pay for the expensive one, you're not getting it. And then with Starlink, I think we get like 100 and some, which is 100 times more than the regular. So cable's even better than that, but we don't have that option. Well, welcome in. Yeah, Daniel and Jamie's videos are a hoot. We were talking about that yesterday. Good morning, Mandy Me. Yeah, and that's 20 gigs a month is pushing it. That's the expensive passion package on Hughes. And even if you pay for that, you still don't get that here. I was right in the middle of doing a trade, and I'm a day trader during the day, during the week. And one of my very first trades a couple of years ago, I had basically Hughes, and we had an ice storm come in and knocked my internet out right in the middle of everything, right in the middle of a huge trade. I was so pissed. So I stuffed everything in the car, ran to McDonald's, and traded in the McDonald's parking lot. Good times. What are you up to this morning, Mandy Me? Rib Guy, you're up awfully early. You getting ready to go to the beach? I I'm addicted to trading. I love trading. When I first started, I really liked to do the short trading, but that gets expensive when you're wrong. I switched more to options, so I trade options. I day trade options. Sometimes I'm in and out of a trade in 10, 15 seconds. Other times a couple of hours. But that's the longest trade I usually have. Keeps the light bill paid. Nice. Yeah, I haven't gotten into the crypto only because, well, one, it's not real money, so you don't really know, and it's basically valued at whatever somebody's going to pay for it. It's kind of the you're a pillow trader. Crypto's the mean girl session. It's only valued. Oh, nice. So you have rental properties too? Hmm. I don't know if you're being serious or just kind of goofing around, crafts, but yeah. I dabbled a little bit into the futures and the forex too, but that's not really my forte. How many rental properties do you have? Does it matter? Wonder if we're going to see any porpoises or dolphins with Eric today. Well, Michael was supposed to go live yesterday, and I think he got all tuckered out from whatever he was doing, so he didn't. So hopefully he'll go live today, talk about his hearing and his new strategy. Who else went live yesterday? Well, there you go, crafts. I'm really not that good with craft supplies. I'm a wannabe painter. I love to paint. I love to do it, but I'm not good at it at all. And I'm certainly not mechanically inclined. I'm way better off talking my chair into fixing itself than I'm ever better than touching it with the screwdriver. Me, I'm trying to stay a little dry. We started RV life last month. Glad we did, because we were able to move west of the hurricane. Oh, yeah. Yep, I'm definitely, and the good tunes to get there. He usually plays, I don't know how he doesn't get copy copyright struck. Nice. Do you have a management team that helps you, or do you manage them yourself? I mean, obviously, if you're getting ready to sign the lease, you probably do it yourself, but if you manage them yourself, that's a lot. Oh, there's a lot of people that have been doing RV life lately. A good friend of mine had a nice motorhome with a wheelchair lift in it, and then the back of the RV was set up to where he had a because he was a quadriplegic. Really? That's easier to do clay instead of painting? Oh, there is. Let's watch this video, you guys. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I watched this video yesterday of um she's always an inspiration to me. Let me find it. I just love, 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 but she did just a little short. I don't know if any ever watch it. Mom Without Arms. No, that's not it. No, nope, nope, nope. Let me see if I can find it in my history. This is kind of looking at somebody's underwear drawer, so don't look at my... Yeah, I was watching all sorts of them. Here we go. Let's watch this, you guys. This lady is just incredible. I love the title. Don't look at what I don't have. See what I Okay, well the video's over, but I was wondering if you couldn't hear me or the video. Here, let me stop the voice. There was another one that truly just rocked me. It was oh, okay. I think it's just the sound input when the video comes on, it lowers my sound input. There was another video. I'm gonna find it. It was are you guys seeing me? No, okay. Let me find it. I sent it to Serge a while back. Sent to Serge. It was this guy he has a, I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying to find this. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. It was this guy, because Serge is an artist and he loves to paint, and him and Serge Obolensky always get together to do their paintings. And I wanted to show him this as a um, this guy that, I mean, there's just so many incredible painters and writers, and I would have done better if I would have titled it correct, but I think this shows I email him too much. But this is one of those videos that is like, it's so incredible. God darn it. I'll have to find it. Sorry. Well, it is what it is. I'll have to find it. Well, the surge law is doing fine. We are still waiting for them, I believe, to go into session. And I think that begins in November. I need to call this week and get a follow-up to see if it made it on the docket. Which town, what area are you in, Crafts? Oh, so you use a chair also? Good and bad, yeah. Definitely is an accommodation and a way to get your mobility back. And I've got the docs and friends and family telling me I should probably get into a power chair, but I'm just not ready to give up on that yet. I still have my manual chair. I'm not ready to give that up. Good morning, Kathy. Yep, it's about 9:30 here, so definitely still morning. Oh, yep. So you're in corn country too. When you give directions, it's take a left at the cornfield, the right at the next cornfield, take a left at the bar that happens to be in the middle of the cornfield. Oh, bright and early for you, Kathy. Yeah, I got up about that time too. You know, Swedish, I'm not accomplishing my manual chair very well right now. I'm not. So I know. But the thing is that I have a regular car. It's like a small SUV, and I have hand controls. But it doesn't have a lift or a ramp into it. So how am I going to get my power chair if I have a power chair into it? Just so many darn technical complications. And where I live, paratransit doesn't come out because I live like a mile from the county line. It's all messed up here. And I don't, I mean, way back when I was first injured, I had to use paratransit up in Anchorage, and it was a way to get around the small buses with the lifts. But man, it sucked having to schedule, wait, always having to be ready. Yeah, and I don't think I'd be able to afford because nobody pays to have that stuff done unless you happen to be a vet or were injured, a veteran, or injured like with workers' comp. Sometimes they'll pay for it, but other than that, oh wow. Wow, how did that happen, Crafts? That's nuts. So you had a PCA down there? That's just crazy. A PCA is a personal care attendant, an aide, somebody to help you out. Yeah, the short bus definitely can be a pain, figuratively and literally. I mean, it's a way. It's definitely a way to get around, but it's not optimal. I'm just not ready to go there yet. I'd rather figure out the problem. And my shoulders are they're feeling better. I mean, when I wake up in the morning, they're sore from not moving all night, and I can't quite get myself. Did you have any legal recourse, Crafts? Hmm. I'm gonna see if I can find that. Well, I'm not gonna find it on here. Do 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 do. Swedish says, we have a special disability program that aims to help anyone to live as normal life. It is fantastic. It pays for a lot of my services as well as technical aids, all for free. That's excellent. That is really great. I know here in the States we have Medicaid, which is run state by state. And it's different in each state, but that's income based. And Kraft says it's way a long story, and you can tell that when you figure out how to do a long video. But essentially, title locks are important. Yes, they are. FBI claims they are looking for her. Good. That's good. Yeah, that's pretty crazy that somebody could come in and just say they own your property. I saw some documentaries about it, but man, that sucks. Especially when when where you're living is accessible to you. So to finish answering that question, I know I'm ADD, ADHD, and toss. I ideas bounce around in my brain. But Medicaid here is income based, and if you worked your life forever and had good jobs and then get disabled, you usually go on Social Security disability. And if you had a higher paying job, that cuts you out of the income limitation. Yeah, Illinois has a pretty good system. I know Alaska did too. Here in Michigan, I'm not too sure, but I'm still out of the income range of having Medicaid or Medicaid waiver, which basically says that you're eligible to be in a nursing home. You have a disability that would make you eligible, but you choose to live in your own home. So they give you a waiver. And waivers will help with transportation, more with your equipment, more with personal care attendance. Medicare does not, and which is that's what I have as a person with a disability. So I fight for disability services and I fight for Medicare to have more, but that'll all come out in the wash with the politics. That's cool. That's really nice, Swedish. Similar to what needs to happen around here. And that does in some states, but as I said, it's state by state. Yeah, I could give up some of my income in order to become Medicaid eligible and it's not that I get a lot of money, it's just over the amount. There's that bottom line, or the dividing line, but then I wouldn't be able to pay my bills. So, and then I'd be out on the street. So, it's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't. It would be nice to figure it all out, and would be even nicer, excuse me for hopping around, the legs are cramping again, is if they'd actually ask us. Those income limits are based on Social Security limits from eons ago. It's like 12 or $1,400 a month. That's just incredulous. So, and then if you do go live in a nursing facility or long-term care facility, an assisted living, they take all of your income except for like $50. That's ludicrous. That doesn't even pay for a cell phone bill. Crazy, crazy. Yeah, definitely in the pocket, in somebody's pocket. Definitely in that gray area. But I really, I guess the whole topic came up because of whether or not I should use a power chair. And I know I probably should, but it just solves some complications and makes others worse. So, crafts. How do you work with clay then? Do you do it like on a wheel with water and you make things like bowls and stuff like that? Or tell me, right? Yeah, it's amazing. Oh no, I hate it when that happens, Swedish. Yeah, yeah, I hear you on that. My younger sister, as I've told in the past, she ended up on palliative care and had to go into a nursing facility when my mom and dad both got sick because they were taking care of her. She was a chair user, and she got an a butt sore, a pressure sore on her rear. Okay, I understand that. Kind of like those, they look like rectangles of clay that you buy. And that's what she ended up passing away from. It got huge and it just never got better. But she was over at the a nursing facility and they took really great care of her. But it certainly was an eye opener. Okay, while we're waiting for Crafts to tell us about what she does with the clay, I am going to look again for that darned video that I know. I know that I found it. I know I'm being quiet. Okay, gall darn it. I know it's not back all the way there. In my sent search. Oops, not that far back. Okay, I totally just give up on it. When you bake it in the oven, it gets hard. I make canes, repeating patterns. Oh, very cool. Oh, sorry about that. Kind of moving around. Imo and Kato are my favorite. Kind of cool. Jewelry and brooches. How do you, okay, so when you bake them, oh, that's nice. For your assistance, for your monetary. Yeah, I'm trying to get up there. It's not letting me go up there. I'm sorry, Swedish. I wish I was on The Voice. I was watching it. Um, I don't have cable TV. I just watch a lot on my internet. I wish I was on The Voice. As you can tell, I had a tracheotomy from when I was in my coma. I was in a coma for about 6 weeks, and I had a tracheotomy, and unfortunately, it got into my vocal cords, and I pulled it out, and it damaged my vocal cords. So I can't talk. I don't have a soprano voice at all. That's why I sound a lot of monotone sometimes. Yeah, definitely. It definitely makes life easier to have extra help. So now I do my day trading to supplement my income a little bit, just enough to where it keeps it under the limit of having to pay taxes on it. I do some extra marketing, proposal writing, stuff like that. So I keep myself busy, just enough to keep the light bills paid. Well, thanks, Swedish. Yeah, it did. Well, such is life. I still can talk. I can still sing. Nobody wants to hear me sing because I definitely am not on The Voice. But I used to love to sing. So now we just keep myself entertained with with The Voice. Yeah. Yeah, that's what okay, a little bit of story time. It sounds like we're a lot in the same boat, crafts. But so a lot of you know I was in a motorcycle accident with my husband and broke almost every bone in my body except for my right foot, including my head, my face, the back of my head. And it it wiped me out pretty bad. I died 4 or 5 times. I was in a coma for 6 weeks, and they basically said I was brain dead. The doctor said that I wasn't going to survive, and when that happened, it was because after being in a coma for 6 weeks, the infections had just overcome and taken over my body, and it was pretty touch and go. And then the infections went up into my brain. So they had told everybody that they were going to go ahead and take me off life support, and everybody came in to say goodbye. And my kids were really young, they came in. And so, of course, when you're in a coma a lot, even though you can move around, my arm still could move. And yeah, it looks like he's listening to me. That's funny. And so they had undone it. And then my pastor and several other pastors came in and laid hands on me. And whether you guys believe it or not, this is truly what happened. And then um, everyone came in, said goodbye. They all prayed. And then I woke up out of my coma, woke up out of being brain dead. And it's an incredulous story, but it's cool that it had happened. And yeah, it was definitely that bad. And then I remember the first day after that, having them bring my kids in. They were 6 and 4 at the time. And they let them come into the ICU and lay up in the bed with me because obviously I said, "Oh, heck no, I'm not going anywhere." And God said, "Oh no, you're not going anywhere. You just need to stay right here where we have you. You have a purpose." I truly feel I have a purpose. And my kids got to come in, and I remember the very first memory I have after waking up from my coma is my daughter laying beside me, and everybody was like, "No, no, no, don't get near her," because I had cords and plugs and tubes hanging out everywhere, and they were so afraid, and I was. I just started crying and she just started rubbing my head and she was singing me my favorite song. And that's how, when I woke up from my coma, I knew. And I was in a lot of pain, even though I was paralyzed, I was still in a lot of pain from them, even to move or to be touched. It hurt so bad, but I had my babies, and my babies are what kept me alive. Um, they definitely, that's, that was my worth. That was my story. That was my yes. Nope. Nobody else was going to be the parents to my babies. I struggled to have them and they were mine and love them with every breath that I have, had, and definitely. When they were little, because I was in the hospital for about 4 months. I was in ICU for a long time, but I was in the hospital for about 4 months. And when I finally got home, I ended up sick for about 4 years of touch and go of whether I was going to survive or not. I literally stopped counting surgeries at about 120. They were my saving grace. And when I got home, I had all sorts of things to figure out how to be a mom, stuck in bed, paralyzed, hurting, but I was still a mom and I still had to take care of them. And some of it was, you had to really think about it. So I guess that's where a lot of my, well, here's the problem, how do we solve it? And that's really what I bring to like this anti-Scientology movement is here's the problem, how do we solve it? One of the problems was my husband would have to get up and go to work. He was self-employed, so he couldn't stop working. We had to have some income coming in. And so in the mornings, my PCAs, my aides, wouldn't come in till after 9, 10 o'clock, and the kids, by then, they were both in school. So I had to figure out how to get them up and ready for school. I solved it by the neighbor would take them to school for me because her kids were the same age. Um, but I still had to get them up and get them ready from a bed and not being able to get into the wheelchair by myself. So in the mornings I would yell, "Get up, you guys, time to get up." And they knew how to climb up onto the cupboard to get their bowls and the cereal. So they would get their cereal, but they wouldn't always be able to get the big jug of milk. And so what we would do the night before was we would put 2 glasses of milk in the fridge so that way all they had to do was grab their glass of milk to pour it in the bowl. They could feed themselves breakfast, go in, they learn how to be self-sufficient, of being able to brush their teeth and kind of get ready. Then the neighbor would come over and grab them to take them to school. So problems like that, we just had to figure it out. Well, I don't know that I'm amazing, but it definitely has made me strong. Thank you for saying that, Swedish. But don't we all have issues that we have to overcome? Sometimes they're emotional, sometimes they're abusive, sometimes there's just all sorts of things that we all overcome in life, and it does strengthen us. It does. We were talking a little bit about Jamie and Daniel about them discussing and talking about their childhoods, and boy, Jamie had so much to overcome. Pretty incredible. Something that was imposed upon him. My baby's faces, one day at a time. I just, one day at a time. By the time I finally had my surgery one of my last surgeries from the injury was the Y2K. Remember Y2K? It was a couple of days before the Y2K. I spent Christmas in the hospital at the Mayo Clinic for a surgery. And, that's just day by day. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad I had them. I still have help from them. They're still my rocks. And they're in their 30s, mid 30s now. I don't know what I'd do without my son right now. He's basically been my PCA since my shoulders gave out. And my daughter is a nurse now, and she's they're both incredible people. They have incredible hearts. Here, I got to show you. That's okay. I won't bring kids up on the screen. So yeah, definitely family is everything. Pretty crazy. Mm. Well, I mean, what else can you do? Cry in your beer. Thanks, Swedish. Cry in your beer and make things worse. And crying just gives me a headache. So every once in a while I cry, but for the most part, it's like honestly, I probably have a weird dark sense of humor from it all because some things just make me laugh. Because if you can't laugh about it, what are you gonna do? I probably, that meme that says if we're in a serious situation and we're both supposed to be somber, don't sit next to me because I'm just gonna make you laugh. That probably is me. Is that I bet Swedish, if I listen to you or Crafts listen to yours, I would be just as inspired and just as impressed as what you've gone through and what you've built. Yeah, takes all of us in the puzzle. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. Crafts, consider us family. I'm the sister you never wanted. That crazy sister down the road. Parasocial relationships. Audit is probably one of my favorite. I call her my sister now. And my sister comes on here every once in a while too, my true real sister. But Audit has become my sister. And and we talk a lot. You gotta have some inappropriate humor. Disability humor is the best. That's why I was laughing about the being in a chair. Everybody on here that's in a chair will know this, is you can tell when people gain or lose weight because you're at butt level. So you see everybody's butt. Yep, having a contest on crazy. And okay. the confession time is that, yes, I have my son, I have my daughter, we call, I have twin grandbabies, and we FaceTime. But these last couple of mornings, I've been hopping on doing the Good Morning stream, and it's been kind of fun talking with you guys. Definitely, Kathy, definitely some amazing people. And so, maybe I'm enjoying this parasocial relationship of having friends to talk to in the morning. Right? I talk to a lot of butts and crotches. And it's all good till you pat me on the head. Oh, don't pat me on the head. That just pisses me off. Good morning, Mini Minion. How's our northeastern New Yorker gal? New Yorker. I love your accent. New York. Oh, goodness sake. And I still can't find that video. It's a pretty cool video. Next time I'm on, I will show you guys that video because it's pretty cool. It's this guy that's in Japan that's a quadriplegic, and he mouth paints and mouth stick paints. Mhm. Oh, nice. It's absolutely beautiful here today too. Hi, Amy. Good morning. Just a stump. Okay, so craft in Swedish and anybody else that's in a chair, you're gonna understand this. I hate it when people they kind of come down and they get close to you and they talk really slow. And you're like, I'm not deaf. I just happen to use a wheelchair. I'm not deaf and I'm not stupid. Don't talk slow to me. You're gonna get throat punched if you don't move your face. Oh, I'm sorry. My legs are moving on their own. So, see, you know exactly what I'm talking about, huh, Swedish? Oh my gosh, that just drives me crazy. Yep, and loud. That always cracks me up. Yeah, you just want to kind of shake your head. But then it also lets you kind of fly under the radar, huh? Because everybody kind of expects you not to have a brain and keeps you under the radar. Yeah, I've done that a few times. I guess if I had a power chair, that's one good reason to get a power chair. It's heavier. It would hurt more to run over somebody's feet, run over somebody's toes. Yeah, my kids learned way early to do the Mexican la cucaracha around my chair. They know to move tootsies. Well, Eric should be waking up any time now. He needs to get his stream going so we can get some music pumping. As I said, I'm gonna have to ask him how the heck he does that without getting the copyright strike, because he plays some pretty good tunes. And the other day I played that Billy Joel on that morning chat, and that was pretty cool. I like that song, and I got copyright stricken for that stupid video. Daniel doesn't mind. He doesn't mind if we play his. That's why I've been afraid to play anything else music-wise in the morning. Amy, what are you up to this morning? And Amy, you're right. You don't have a New York accent. You have a mixed bag of accents. So it's hard to tell where you're from. Hmm. I know, right? He's got that gravelly, growly voice. He's in the New York area. Minnie and Amy, you guys should have a get together, a meet and greet, have a little New York state of mind. Oh, yummy. I know, right? And I don't know if it helps to put that section, whatever. I know Poe puts it on there, but I don't think it helps. I think it's just the audio. That's okay. Really? Oh, how cool. Honey on Gravel is Daniel's voice. Yes, it is. I'm not a starstruck kind of a person. I mean, it's cool to be able to sit next to somebody or at least see somebody. But I'm not a starstruck kind of a person. We all put our pants on the same way, really. But that is cool. Billy Joel it would just be cool to just see and hear him playing in a nightclub, doing the piano. That would be cool. Maybe you could talk Daniel into doing a meet and greet. He could be part of your protest. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I'm I'm thinking that a lot of, especially the older folks, drink. We'll get some coffee. Yep, I'm almost done with mine. My 1 cup in the morning. I have plans today. Hopefully Michael will come on. We got Eric this morning. Get to go to the beach, put my floaties on. I'm gonna try and get out today. Let me see why we're talking. Michael's page is literally Michael. Here, I'll bring it up. He is on YouTube, and it's literally at literally Michael. Here's his page and what it looks like. Want to see that tea of yours. Ooh, I'm going to assume that's a typo and say you got approved for aquatic therapy starting in November. Woohoo! Nice. And aquatic therapy usually means it's nice warm water so it doesn't kill you when you get in. Nice. Minnie, here's Michael's page. Him and Serge Delmar, are they're husbands of each other. They are partners. And you see Michael and Serge together quite often on Serge's stream. Michael is, I don't know if you know Michael's what happened, but they were, oh, my tree. Yeah, Swedish. Um, but they were at the June 1st event down at the Blue, and he was trying to talk to one of the officers, and so he went to tap him on the shoulder, and the guy took him down. The officer took him down, and they arrested him. He was in there for a couple of days. It was not a good scene. 92 degrees is nice. That's an excellent temperature for water to get into. Yep. And then who else do we got going on here? Huh. Yeah, that was really horrible to watch. That was scary. But the bad part is, and I know Michael talks about this, so I'm not giving any secrets or whatever, is when he went to the doctor, when they fully sat there, they put him in a chair behind the blockages on the road, and they couldn't get the ambulance in, and they kept telling him he had to walk to the ambulance. And then, and he said, "No, you're going to bring the ambulance to me. I can't walk to it." So they finally did. So then they took him to the hospital because his hip was hurting so bad that he thought maybe he cracked his hip or something had happened. And they told the doctors that he punched the cop. So they were treating him like shit. They wouldn't they wouldn't give him pain medicine, they weren't helping him. Yeah, that was ridiculous. So they made it even worse by saying that he punched a cop, which did not happen. And then they treated him like hell at the jail too, because they said he punched him. That was that made it so much worse. You're right, they do. They need sanctions, they need to be that something needs to happen because they treated him like crap. Yeah. But it certainly, it threw that treatment into a biased state to where they didn't give him the right care. Right, do no harm. Yeah. Unless you all band together and make it so. Well, they weren't going to give him a wheelchair out the door of the hospital, Amy. You know how that is. I mean, that's policy when somebody leaves. They weren't going to, they made him walk. Good morning, Marina. They made him walk. And the cops basically said, okay, fine, you know, and they were like his crutches. Yep, the hospital too. That's just absolutely ridiculous. So much for your oath that you took. Good morning, Chi. How are you today, Chi? You missed all the dark humor. We were telling fart jokes. Just kidding, we weren't telling fart jokes. Close though. Chi, I figured a good morning, Haggis. Yep, he had just had surgery. Just like Michael. Yeah. And Chi, I figured out that we can't do Zoom on these without doing the workaround. I'll have to tell you. Oh, I'm glad we made you smile, Chi. Crotch and ass observations. Okay, send it to me. You know, I love yeah, I've figured it out on the OBS, but the problem, I even figured it out on the StreamYard, is that it puts the picture into a loop. So I think that workaround that Henry was talking about of bringing it up and then using your phone as a microphone is probably the only way to get around that one. But I did figure it out. It just doesn't work right. Let me see. All this techie stuff. Or you can have, if you had two screens, you could do it. Ouch. If you have two screens, you can do it, no problem. And I'm really not ready to set that up. Big day tomorrow. Minnie, are you going to go protest tomorrow? Well, something to go with that hot chocolate. Exactly, right. Yeah, I have an extra monitor, but it's in the other room. It's not, I'm just not ready to set the whole bed up yet with everything, but Minnie, are you taking the train? No, I don't think that's him, Cheech. It looks like him, kinda, but no, I don't think so. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep, DOA does have court tomorrow morning. Bright and early, the decision. Definitely. And then it would be so cool for all of us to be there. It does a little more wrinkly though. No, I like Michael. I do respect him too. No, I didn't take that as disrespect whatsoever. Not at all. Him and Serge are good people. So yeah, 8:30 Pacific time tomorrow, and I'm assuming they'll probably do the same as what they did for Danny the other day, and probably about 9ish they'll get their decision. I'm hoping so. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a busy day, and then I have the Chicago Police and Fire Committee meeting. I'm going to stream. I've got that on my stream already. Yeah, I even quit going into Natalie's chat. I'm really not interested in. I mean, it's interesting, but I'm not interested day after day after day of talking about the stars and P. Diddy. Told you I'm not a starstruck kind of a person. And the Beverly Hills Wives Club or whatever. I'm just not interested in that. Exactly. And no disrespect to those that may like listening to her or Ron. If you want to go in there, go in there. Sometimes you have to, sometimes they have good information, but for the most part, I doesn't even, yeah. Yeah, I'm more interested in what we're all doing. And I don't know how many times I have to say it, is that you don't have to be my friend, you don't have to be my bud. Amy, you are just such a rebel rouser. Yeah, I saw Aaron yesterday or the day before was talking about that new proposed legislation that the city of and the county of LA about protesting. And that did interest me, not because I was learning about it or he had anything to say. I was wondering what he was going to say about it because Audit and I did a call to action a month ago when they did it. And Audit was like white on rice about the whole deal. And everybody in his chat was like, oh, well, Audit knows, Audit knows. And you should have her on there. And then all of a sudden, he's like, oh, well, I should have Audit on there. But he was making it sound like him and Streets were the end all be all of all the information. It's like, I actually love Streets. I love the way he does it. I love the way he shows himself. Um, but the only reason Aaron had him as the person was because of they both have big channels. So it was just like, it's like, dude, just shut up. You're right, the Supreme Court wouldn't allow that. But while it was going through all of its process of going to the Supreme Court, you'd have to put up with the law if it got passed while it was going through that. So it would essentially give them, oh, most definitely. As I said, I appreciate Streets. And he's really not that bad looking either. He's too young for me, but he's not that bad looking. But he is nobody's fool. He gets it. But it just kind of, just like all of a sudden, they knew everything. And it's like, why wouldn't you give credit where credit was due for audit? She was, that's true, but it still would take time to get there, Amy. Even if it were a couple of weeks, um, it would give Scientology a reprieve of people being around there. I don't want to see them get any kind of a reprieve. We definitely don't need to be upstat to be sexy. Yeah, always kid. I'm just an old fat Grammy with bad hair, bad eyebrows. But I is what I is. I don't have knickers on today. I just got my jammies on. I still have my jammies. Yeah. Yeah, that would just tick me off if, because it's 100 foot from the doorways, and they have so many doorways at the Blue that they'd put signs, more signs, on every doorway. Oh man, that sucks. Gee, that would be horrible. Yeah, that was really cool when they all went out. And after DOA wins tomorrow night or whenever they do it is going to be awesome, right? In Surgeon said something the other day when we were talking that instead of protesters, we should all, and even demonstrators. I know Pearl Snappy was talking about this one day too. Oh, yikes. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully it turns. Good morning, Rika. Yeah, that was funny, Haggis. I was just going to bring that up too. Him and Ted. She was telling him, "Look, you guys are gonna get to meet Danny and DOA." To be a fly on the wall of Jennifer's text and emails back and forth to the police station right now. Yeah, I hope it just turns away or just dissipates. Yeah, there was one up near you too, huh? Up on in the northeast area. Drink lots of water today. Get it used to it. I don't know what to think about that Ted guy. I mean, he's there, and the way he talks to Audit and Kelly and everybody that comes through there, I don't think that he's a Scientologist, but he's definitely a strange one. Ooh, Pickle Fest. Yum. I love pickles. Yeah, he thinks he's smart. Ted is a whippersnapper, even though he's old. He doesn't know squat. Yeah, I don't think they're that stupid about it at all. I think that they ignore what's there. And Serge and I talk about this all the time. It's yeah, audits snappy. I think that Scientology has the world so buffaloed and has had the world so buffaloed that eyes are starting to see them for what they are, the true evil that they are. But they've been so buffaloed in the past that people are like, no, that can't possibly be. They can't because there's been no evidence that's been thrown out in the public light. But the more and more light we shine on it, the more and more people are seeing, yeah, there is evidence, it's there. But it's not the evidence that it's not the child with the black eyes sitting behind the blue wall that they can go and kick down the door. Right? Ted definitely won't do that. He's a little smart for that. Yeah, the ignorance and just well, yeah, so what is that? What is the word for that? Indifference. Ooh, yummy. Okay, that sounds good. A cinnamon bun sounds really good. Yeah, apathy and indifference. Yep. It's like they could give a shit. And you gotta wonder if they really feel that way or if they're just on the surface feeling that way so that way they can keep their job like they've been warned. Don't say bad things. Don't say anything. But do you guys remember that picture that I had put up? Let me see if I can find it. Um, Let me open this up and see if I can find it. So this is a picture of maybe that doesn't work. Okay, you guys. So look at this picture. This is um, a PowerPoint that I did for the OIG, and this was from the Easter celebration. And this is what the public see. This is what they want the public to see. The cops that are standing there, and they're protecting Scientology. They're protecting these kids that are having Easter problem, the Easter bunnies. Yep. Now see, this is what, next slide. This is what kids see. The kids of Scientology, and this is us in the know. This is what we see. Yep. This is what they see. They see monsters. This is what LAPD was protecting. Monsters and ghosts and horrors and child abuse. That's when we did that OIG, if anybody wants a copy of this, let me know and I can email it to you of what we had done and the different pictures and the different points. And one of the things that came out of it is LAPD no longer is their security. They don't provide security. So we know we got to them. We know we got some truths to the LAPD. It's just making it sink in even more and more. But I'm going to take that picture off because that's like gross. Oh, they're not. Whoa. Here, let's put up a picture of the receipt. It was. That was a huge, huge win. And there wasn't a statement. It's just all of a sudden they stopped and they had to start using the third party security. And that was directly, okay, thanks, Chi. That was directly related to us complaining to the OIG, and we gave them several things that we wanted from that meeting. One was that they stopped protecting the cult. Now you're going to make me go find it. Do 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 do. And you guys, I know we're having a wonderful conversation, but I'm going to have to go here in a few minutes to go get Fluff and Buff done. I'm not finding you. Let me see if you're in my... Here we go. Found. Woohoo, very nice. It says, she wrote, the family denies the report that the Henson Studios sold to Scientology and doesn't call it a church but an organization. Perfect. In regards to recent rumors about the sale of the La Brea studio lot, the Henson family is not in any business dealings with the Church of Scientology, and that organization is not in consideration as a potential buyer of the property, the statement read in part. Very nice. And hopefully that comes true. Thanks, you guys. I really love talking with you guys in the morning, too. Oh, goodness sake. You guys are so easy to talk to. You know, speaking of which, remember the receipt that Gail did? I know Michael and Serge have the original copy of that, and others were going to reprint it from different papers. Yeah, I'd better go get ready, you guys, or else I'm going to be late for a very, very important date. So, anyways, I love you guys. Thank you. Chi, enjoy some cinnamon buns. Haggis? Ooh, yeah, you better go get some sleep. Sing for you. Good morning. Me to you, California coast. We are just signing off, though. I'm sorry. Okay, love you guys. I will talk to you in just a few minutes in Eric's chat.